Please roll me up a J. Trying to take it with my girl, make it home safe. Yeah, make it home safe.
Welcome back to SmokeBreak Session 5. I got my girl Erika, Delvin, and today we have special guest Taimi and my boy's back, Javi. By the way, the intro from the last episode, that's my boy spitting.
Hey.
So you already know. Boy got I love that fucking song, bro.
Yeah.
I really do.
What happens in a relationship when a man is not sexually satisfied?
Cheating.
Doom.
I feel like, in my experience, I mean, not everybody's the same. It depends how close you are with the person, but like, I talk to my wife about what I want and how I like it. And she is good enough to, like, she always comes through for me.
Right, but what in it, like, if she's like not wanting to, like not today, and it's like not today for like
It's never.
days.
You know
Low
what?
libido.
It depends. I mean, on the certain how long you've been with that person, but I feel like a lot of times that'll lead to cheating. It'll lead to him trying to find something somewhere else that's gonna, satisfy. Unless he's really in love with this woman and he's like, whatever, I don't need that because I love her. Maybe one day she'll come to. You know what I mean? I feel like it all depends on how close you are to the person and how in love you are. Because, if it's, I know a lot of men, they're like, they go on 2 dates. The bitch is like, I don't suck dick. It's like, bye, bitch. I don't know you no more, bitch. Don't hit my phone up. No, matter of fact, I moved to Africa.
I mean, if you like your dick sucked and the bitch says she don't suck dick, then that's already
That's
a
what I'm
big
saying.
minor.
That's what I'm saying. But there's some men where, like, let's say you really like this chick and you've been trying to get with her
Try
forever.
to make her do it.
You know what I mean? Exactly. You'll be like, all right, you're not gonna do it now, but later we'll figure this out. You know what I mean?
That's
I don't know. I think
Brought to you.
I don't know.
because
by
like we were talking last time, we were saying that there are like so many sexualities and a spectrum. There's what they call asexual, people that don't have any sexual desires. Demisexuals who first need to have a connection with someone to have sex. So because I was thinking like the man is very likely to
bathroom break.
the man is very likely to cheat. I think in most cases that might be what happens.
Yeah.
They'll turn to other places.
Go for it.
Sorry, we had a little situation. Delvin's gonna keep going with what he was saying.
The situation's
Pansexual,
trying.
demo, whatever the fuck.
Demi.
No, I said like there's demisexuals.
I've never heard that term before.
Yeah.
What
so
does that mean?
there's so many things now
What's a
that
demisexual?
people.
I've heard about
Someone-
asexual, but demi?
So that's someone that cannot have a sexual connection with someone unless they first get to know them. First, you gotta have a relationship with the person before you can go there.
Alright.
Like there are people that can
Right,
have
so
sex
these
with
people
anyone,
cannot
with
do
a
nice
stranger.
stands, basically.
Yeah, they don't do one night
nice versus
Yeah, they cannot do a nice stand.
So
One
I
night
mean,
stand.
depending on the sexuality of the guy, I guess it depends. But I think in most cases, the guy will look for I don't know,
satisfaction.
satisfaction somewhere else.
That brings me back to what you were saying. If you're an asexual person where you don't care to have sex or where you can only have sex in a certain condition, I mean, you definitely shouldn't be with somebody who is not that way. You know what I mean? I think you should be with somebody, because I mean, then how does that work?
You have to disclose it.
He gets turned out.
Yeah, some people I've heard.
That bitch like, you gonna get this pussy now, nigga.
Bro,
Or
that's-
maybe
that-
it's the
that's like
girl
that's
that
like the
doesn't
same thing
want
as
to.
Or maybe
if a trans gets with a man that's straight and doesn't and is not into that, and you didn't tell him, that's fucked up. It's basically the same thing to me as if you're asexual, whatever, and you get with somebody that's not, and now they cannot get
you
their
don't tell
sexual. Yeah, because you don't do it. Like it's the same thing. It's the same thing to me.
Right.
You gotta let people know ahead of time if you're gonna be getting into a relationship, what type of person, what type of things you are into and stuff. That's why rushing relationships is a fucking problem, because you get with somebody 2 weeks and then you're talking about, oh, I'm in love with this person, and you find out months later they're not into something that you're super into, type of thing. You know,
Right,
that's why you got to
right,
know
right,
people
right,
before you really
Get with 'em.
just dive in.
I mean, that's what dating is. Before you
Right.
get so attached, you should date and ask questions. It's a whole interview.
Right, but you should be open. Like that's the thing.
Absolutely.
People hide.
Yeah.
People tend to hide
Baby,
things
you look very
that
beautiful.
they feel
thank
people are
you.
gonna run away from you because of, So
Yeah.
now that like that, for example, asexual is a big thing. Like if a girl tells me, "Oh, I'm asexual," then I'm already gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not the one for you because I want sex."
I think if you're in an
So-
alternative lifestyle, not that there's anything wrong with it, but you got to be open about it, because what's the point? You're setting people up. like Brian was saying, all the time that you're together and stuff. Like Brian and I've been together for 10 years. There's ups and downs in every relationship, and like for sure libido is higher sometimes. But if you love each other, you're gonna work at it, and you gotta communicate. And like these things can feel awkward to talk about. You know what I mean? Like if I'm into you, and if something's not working out, you gotta be able to say it so that you can both fix it. Because if not, most likely, if she's not sexually pleasing a man, then she's not sexually pleased either at that moment. Why? Because of connection. Like once you're in a relationship for a while, it's more than just sex. It's emotional. And if emotional things are going on, that's going to probably affect your sex life as well. So you got to talk about it.
You got to think about like, what if, because yeah, like you're saying, a relationship cannot be so dependent on the sexual aspect of it. Because like, what happens if you're with a man and he has an accident and ends up losing his thing and then he can't? Are you going to leave him because of that? I
That's
mean, you
different.
might, but...
I feel like that's different.
I mean, that was not his choice.
Yeah.
Something happened
I
to you
feel
that
like if
took
you
away
love him
something
enough,
from you.
maybe she'll be like, yo, just throw on a strap on my dude.
But
Oh, they better, because what else are you going to do?
I think usually when there's a lack of intercourse, sometimes there's something deeper in it.
I would say
Then
most
just-
of the time.
So
Yeah.
If not every time.
Right, but the real solution, if you really love the person you're with, is like we said, communication.
Yeah.
Let them know what is happening that is not satisfying you, and then the person can also tell you why this is not happening to satisfy you. But I mean, like, that's the only way. Besides that, but most cases, and it's the truth, a nigga just goes and cheats, finds another way to get his nut.
Or the
That's
woman
really
too?
what happens. I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry,
but
bro.
yeah, communication. That's what it goes down to. But like I said, most people do not communicate and don't know how to communicate, so they end up doing the opposite of communication.
That's very true.
That's how it goes.
Can a relationship go back to normal after someone has cheated?
What is normal anyways? Like things are going to change, but things are going to change your entire relationship regardless. You just, again, got to communicate. And not that this happened, but if you're going to cheat and then you're going to forgive it, like forgive, right? 'Cause, like,
Right.
people say like I forgive you, but then they bring it up like 20,000 times. Like that's not forgiving.
I think it's one of those things.
Or they do things like vengeful things.
Also, not
about it too.
forgiveness.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's one of those things. I think that it's easier said than done.
Right, because now you've developed this insecurity because although I've forgiven you because I want to still be with you and I love you and I want to try to make this work, in the back of their head, they could probably still be like, oh my God, they're still doing this to me, you know. Or it's always going to be an insecurity, I feel
Yeah, it's
like.
going to make you more jealous too. Like you're
Yeah.
always going to be wondering, you know. So
But I think if you work at it, you're gonna move past it. Everything with time, like time heals everything. If you are gonna commit to somebody, like commitment is not an easy thing. If not everybody would be doing it.
Could you forgive if Brian cheated on you?
Yeah, I think I would.
what?
Really?
Yeah, I
I'm
think at this point,
curious.
Brian and I have been together 10 years. We've forgiven a lot of things to each other, not as major as cheating, I would say. But I think the more time passes, the more I realize that like it's not a fairy tale. There's gonna be ups, there's gonna be downs, there's gonna be happiness, there's gonna be sadness. The only way to stick it all together is to be willing to forgive each other.
But I feel
So
like
you heard
cheating
she'll
is like
forgive you. So you got. Okay.
I got a hall pass. I got a hall pass.
Honestly,
DMs.
I feel very secure in my relationship. Not to say that cheating is not possible.
Aw.
More to say that if he cheated on me with somebody, I don't think that it would be emotional cheating. It'd be about sex.
I was about to go there.
Go for it.
Now I was watching a video where they were interviewing Japanese women, and they don't consider like
Prostitution, cheating.
physical. Yeah, like if it's with a prostitute, that's not cheating.
They say
I guess they see it more as an emotional thing.
They see it as
So
a service.
I was wondering, what do you
They
guys
see
think
it as
about
a
that?
service being provided. And actually, every single one of the Japanese women were saying the same thing. They're like, oh, we don't care if he goes fuck a prostitute because
What?
it's not considered to them in their culture.
It's their
It's just a service. They're not doing it out of love. They're doing it to not bother the woman, or maybe the woman is not a. That's what they were saying. They're
whose
like,
woman? Their wife?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
These
wife or
Japanese women.
girlfriend, whatever.
but it's different over there. It's different over
Sex
there.
is sex is just not. It's not the same in every country. Like the
the act
how
of it.
a person looks at it. I guess here in the
I
United
mean, if
States
you
would
look
be a
at it
lot
way,
different.
way back in the day, like
It's
the
a
times
culture
of
thing, too.
Caesar and all those times, all those people were married,
it's a
king and
cultural
queen,
thing,
and
too.
they had
For sure.
side pieces, and they
You
were
also
fucking the
didn't-
maids and shit like
Yeah,
that
but
all
you
the time.
didn't marry out of love. It
Oh,
was
that's
mostly
true.
arranged.
That's
Right.
true.
So-
That's
true.
facts.
So
I don't
that's
know.
different.
I think guys are very
Physical?
physical, so I think we consider it more cheating when it gets to the physical level. Of course, we still don't like the emotional stuff, or most guys probably don't. But I was wondering, at what point does it become cheating? Like, do you think flirting is
All
cheating?
of it is cheating.
Yes.
If the other person's not aware, all of it is cheating.
Mhm. If you
The-
have to hide something or delete something or anything like that,
What if it's
It's
out
cheating.
in the open?
What is what?
Out in the open. If he's like flirting or what you would
So
consider
you mean
flirting,
like an open
like
relationship?
he could be
Yeah,
just
that-
messing
No.
with a
No,
girl,
like he
teasing
means
her.
like if he does it without hiding it from you. Like if you're together,
Oh, and he
not
just
hiding.
flirts
comes
with
up
a
and he's
girl
like,
right in
damn,
front.
girl, you look good, but in
Ah.
front of his girl, like do you?
Well, if
consider
she
that
doesn't
cheating?
mind, if she doesn't
No,
mind, then
see,
it's
because
not.
for me, that's where the threshold is, in the sense that like I'm willing to forgive cheating if it's physical, but I'm not willing to forgive cheating in a partnership. You know, because that's what being with Brian feels like to me. We're in a partnership and we're in this together, and like your hurt is my hurt, and we're gonna do everything together. So for him to now make somebody else feel that they're more important than me and dedicate more time to them, that's what feels like cheating for real to me. Versus the others, like he just wants his nut. Yeah, he thinks a bitch is fine. I also think men are fine. You know what I mean? Like, I think all of that is just biology. But now when you're investing time into this person, or you sit there and you're talking about your wife to this person, making them feel like basically they got one up on your significant other, that to me is where like the line crosses. Because now you're making this person feel better than me versus before sex.
now how about we could still use you guys an example. If he keeps cheating, right, but he doesn't, it's not emotional, but it's the same woman and it's multiple times.
That just means she got good pussy. No, I'm just
And,
kidding.
I
I mean, it does. I mean that, but
Uh,
again, it all becomes to the circumstances. Maybe at this point, some women even know that their men are cheating, but they pretend like they don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
That
I hope
is-
that
it's
we're in a
different.
relationship where
No, that's
Brian
true.
can trust me and we can talk about this. And if he wants to have sex with somebody else, like, let's talk about it at the bare minimum instead of just going around.
I would appreciate that a lot more because then we
Honesty.
can, right?
It's just different
because-
ways of thinking. Just different ways of thinking. I mean, like, the question is, do you think a relationship could go back to normal after cheating? The
I
answer,
say no.
The answer is yes, because I've met many people that been cheated on and then things got worked out and then we got together and then things got even better than what it were before the cheating. So
I
I
mean,
guess.
How
I guess.
do you know that it actually went
Better.
be better, or if it's just in public? Like,
I mean, I guess they're doing a good job of fucking showing
Pretending.
like they're
I mean,
doing great.
people do that all the time.
Okay,
Look
well.
at all these people on social media.
When I'm talking about it, I'm talking about close to me, people close to me, you know. And then I lived in their houses. I seen how they behave with each other, and I feel like things went better after the situation.
Yeah. Now, for me, it will be harder to trust the person.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I'm talking
Definitely
about.
will be
I'm talking.
harder.
I'm talking about generally from people from things I've seen. I've seen a lot people stay, and sometimes I also feel like from what I've learned, women, especially from back in the days, they just give up. It's like once the man disappointed them, they're just to the point that they're like, whatever.
Emotionally
But
checked
they're
out.
just, but they're gonna stick around. But it's just like
They're no
whatever,
Emotionally
nigga.
checked out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly
and
what
I've
you
seen
said,
that
yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's like just exactly. Emotionally check out. They're just like, whatever. I'm just gonna live my life. This nigga does what he wants. I'm gonna do what I want. Type thing now.
I really wanna know why women do that.
Check out.
Check out and then but just
Just
stay.
end it.
Right, rather than
Right.
just separating and like being free of
Maybe
this
fear-
weight
I
that's
think
fear
it's
of being
holding
alone.
you
I think
down.
it really depends on how independent the woman is.
100%.
Because if the woman depends on that man to pay the bills, to handle the house, to do everything for her, then she's gonna feel like, who else is gonna do this for me? Or maybe I'm gonna allow it because he does everything. But if a woman is 100% independent and she's paying half the bills and she
It's
has her own
basically
job
fear.
and she can move around and do whatever the fuck she
Probably
wants,
won't take that.
she's not gonna take that. She's gonna be
Yeah.
like, all right, nigga, fuck you. I can do my own. You
That's
know
just
what I mean?
exactly. It's fear at the end of the day.
Exactly. It's cool.
Fear. Some will have fear of being alone. Others gonna be fear of financial struggles, and other, if it's an abusive relation, fear of this nigga coming back for you.
Yeah, and abusive. Yeah.
But I feel like I'm the type of person that, even if like I am not financially ready to be by myself,
You'll still like.
I'll still like I'll live in my car and I'll do it like
I get you.
dolo, or I'll move back in with my mom if I have to. You know what I mean? Before I take any type of disrespect or
It really comes down to self-esteem.
Yeah, it's just not
and how
everybody's
much you love
willing.
yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not everybody's
How
willing
much
to
you
do
love
so much
yourself.
for themselves.
I think it's more.
I think it's a combination of things. It's one, the fear. Two, the emotional attachment that you have to that person.
There's the emotional attachment.
And three, like
You're used to it.
yeah, it's hard to break.
People are comfortable, and you don't want to move off your comfort.
Yeah.
It's true too.
It's hard to leave
That's
your
just why
comfort
so
zone.
many people. It's like a perfect thing, a perfect example. Like people that are in a job and they're complaining about the job all the time,
But they never do
they're not
nothing.
trying to look for another one because they're scared of
Exactly.
leaving that they're already like
Their
a
safe
set
place,
job.
technically.
Right,
I think
I'm not gonna get fired from here. I'm working here. I've been here for years. Nobody tells me
Definitely
nothing.
happens to women.
But I don't want to really be here. But I'm not willing to take that step out and find something else.
I think it's also shame though. Like some people don't want other
Other people
people
to know. Yeah.
to know that
That they got cheated
that
on.
happened to you in your relationship. Your relationship
A
was
lot of
failing.
people. I
and
feel like
stuff.
that happens a lot too. Like people are just ashamed, so they hide it. And some people break up and they'll never admit that they got cheated on. They're like, no, we just grew apart and shit, and they don't want to talk about it because they're ashamed about it. I feel like I've seen that happen a lot.
I mean, because that's kind of like you weren't good enough for the person that they had to go somewhere else.
Exactly. So they take it as a shameful. Like some people don't take it as, oh, it's their loss. Some people take it as, oh, I wasn't good enough to keep a man. Like I know a lot of women, they'll be like, when like if you catch a woman you catch your man with another woman, the first thing they'll be like, oh, you just couldn't keep your man. You weren't woman enough. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something that women or sometimes men even have, because sometimes when you catch a girl cheating with somebody else, the nigga will be, you know how niggas are, that's my bitch now. Nigga, she like this dick. Nigga, what you talk about? So it's like, I guess some people really don't want to like admit that they went through that sometimes. I feel like sometimes,
Makes sense.
You see me, I'll just kill everybody. I'll be real. I told Taimi.
I don't know what would happen. It's never happened. Well, I mean,
I'm crashing
in
out.
High school,
Rikers
my
Island.
high school sweetheart, but that was the only time that I suffered from cheating, and I didn't stay. So I don't know what would actually happen. But I think 10 years in, I'm gonna be a little bit more forgiving.
Man.
I feel like 10
I'm
years
still
in,
gonna kill her.
I'll probably be more mad. I don't know.
Jen was telling me about a friend of hers that went, I think it was a bachelorette party. They were on a boat. And then another boat, it was like a bunch of women. Then another boat came next to theirs and it was full of guys, like military guys. And the girls started flashing the guys, including
The bride to be.
yeah. So then she ended up telling the husband and he was really mad.
I bet.
Did
really
he not
upset,
wanna
or
get
the
married?
Fiance. I guess, but they ended up getting married.
You see,
and-
I don't know. I don't think I'll be
But
so
would
mad
you
about
consider
that.
that cheating or no? That's what I was trying to say.
God, I hope
If
not. It's
I
just
tell you,
a little
I'll tell you the
flashing,
truth, babe.
for
If
fuck's
you
sake.
flash your titties, I wouldn't be so mad. Now, if somebody touch your titties,
See, I feel like women feel
or
like
some
it's
shit
not-
like that, I'll be fucking upset.
It's
But if
so
you flash your titties, I'll be like, what the fuck? She flashed her titties.
Those are my titties.
They're my titties.
Ain't
I'll
nobody
lick-
gotta see
I'll
them but
lick
me.
them. I'll lick them in front of everybody just so they know it's my titties, nigga. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so then going
I
to
do.
the next step. Should women, like,
Brian's really
when we're
jealous.
at the beach, men
fuck?
typically go topless. Should women be, should society accept women just going topless too?
I have no problem.
I
The more
feel
titties,
like-
the better.
I feel like if you're gonna go to that beach, that part of the beach, you're okay with that. You know what I mean? Like if you're not okay with it, then you're obviously not gonna go to a nude beach.
I'm saying
No,
like,
but
But
he's
should
saying
they
saying, like,
just
should it be
normalize
normal
beach,
everywhere?
You could
Because
just
men
get
can do that
naked
anyway.
wherever.
Absolutely not. There's children and there's little boys and and I feel like
Okay,
you
so
don't.
why is it different for a woman
For a man, you mean?
than a man?
Yeah, like
Well,
for
No,
a
because
man
we
to
can
be able
go
to
we
take
can
it
go
off.
topless
Yeah.
and nobody's gonna say
I
anything.
feel like boobs
you
are
guys don't
more-
have titties,
Some men do,
They have nipples.
but they're not real titties.
and some women don't have.
And it's more.
In reality, though,
Some
in
women
reality,
don't.
no, but listen, in reality,
There's
this whole
flat-chested women.
this whole nipple freedom thing that's going on, it's women that's starting it. It's women that want to have their breasts out more then it's not men out there like.
Well, I'm
oh
asking
my
because
God,
I had that
free
conversation.
the nipple, because what the fuck is
Some
a man
women
doing?
think that you-
Talking about free the nipple. Now people are like, this nigga's a fucking weirdo. But there's women out there doing parades talking about free the nipple. They want their titties out.
I truly
Why?
don't care.
I don't know.
Do whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
Titties aren't that big of a deal to me, and I don't think
It's not. It's not
for
that
kids
big a
either.
deal.
I mean, kids suck titties till they're sick. Some of them.
And
See their mom's titties every day.
I'm judging you if you do that.
Right. But I feel like it's a little different when it's your mom and then it's like a stranger. You know what I mean? Because
only
like
because of
your
society.
son is not gonna grow up looking at you and being like, oh my God, and being like, or get horny looking at his mom. You know, but like if a stranger is coming around and then they got
Some
titties
sons
out
do.
and
Yep.
I
what?
said some sons do.
They
There's
do.
incest.
There's some
Kids
weird
get
cases
hard-ons all
where
the time.
there's some weird cases where the son and the mom, like the son either falls
Okay,
in love
but
with the
I'm
mom.
talking
Look,
about-
for
We're talking
example,
normal cases.
you know,
Normal
I've
cases.
seen weird cases on the internet where like I saw some shit like 3 years ago where a mom and her son actually got married.
I did see that.
They're married and they love
I
each
did
other.
see
She's like,
that.
nobody's gonna love my son the way I
More
do.
than me-
and
right.
yeah, and some weird shit like that.
Weird.
And I feel like that also will happen if the mom was very in love with the husband and the husband left her and the kid looks a lot like the husband, you know, and the mom will get like
Confused?
confused. No, fall in love with that.
No,
'cause she
mentally
wanted him
ill
so
is
bad.
what she would get.
Thank you.
It is weird, but
No, it's mental.
No, I said mentally ill is what she would get.
yeah. But
That's
she
a
she
fucking-
married her son. That's weird.
That is fucking weird. That's disgusting.
I think it depends on the society too, though, because remember back with the monarchs, like
Yeah,
people used to marry in the family.
they did. That's
Okay, but
something,
we're not in retarded times.
that's something I
Even
was
going back to the topless thing, there are tribes where it's normal for the women
To
not
be
to have
topless.
anything.
Right.
not
It
to-
depends on
Yeah.
the society.
Yeah.
So,
How
yeah.
sexualized that society is. We have like sex is a big thing in America, so obviously
Right.
it's a taboo thing. In other places, it's not a big deal, and you talk to your children openly about sex too.
Is that in most places, especially when you're talking about native like that, they use that as a reproduction thing. It's not really, I don't think, a pleasure thing.
Mm.
It's biology. Too.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's pleasure.
I
in it,
mean,
Which
you
but-
sucks.
feel, you
Right.
feel the pleasure. It's gonna be there, but I don't think it's thought of as like, oh my gosh, she has her titties out. My dick is hard.
because
Oh, yeah,
it's a
no,
cultural
because
thing.
for them seeing
That's
that,
I
what
feel like they
saying,
become desensitized
it's an everyday
to
thing.
it.
Because that's the
Because
thing
we
here.
don't see-
Here in the United States, for sure, if bitches were walking out and their titties out, there'll be a whole bunch of fucking
Hard-ons.
creeps now chasing after these
Oh my
bitches. That's a
God.
fact.
I feel like they'll
It's
be
true.
desensitized by that. If you do it, if we've been doing that since the beginning, at this point we wouldn't think twice. It'll be like, oh look, nice
Yeah,
titties,
yeah.
whatever. But since we don't see that everywhere, we only see it in porn when we're gonna have sex. Right before having sex, you associate that with that.
It's a
like, oh my
dirty
gosh,
thing.
she's showing her titties.
It-
She wants
it's
to
a
get fucked.
dirty thing, really. Here, it's a dirty thing. here.
Exactly. So I
It
feel
really
like
is.
culturally, if you become desensitized to it, it'll become more normal.
Since you come from another, like for me coming from another country, it's already wasn't like as weird to me as it seems like it is to people here, like that are born here. Actually, think it's like, oh my god, sex. It's like such a taboo topic.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I'm like, I can just tell you, I eat ass. I don't give a fuck. I
Oh
like
my
to
God.
lick toes, all that shit. What the fuck is the
Nah,
problem?
but you're
That's
you're
my-
Cross the
special.
line of toes.
That has nothing to do with where you're from.
That just means do what the fuck you want to do. And anyways, talking about titties and all that shit. House of the Dragons.
They had titties in the show.
There's always titties in House of Dragons or Game of
Do
Thrones.
you remember?
No, they
Not-
didn't.
I didn't see
not
any
this
titties.
episode.
This first episode. No,
I would
but-
remember seeing the
But
titties.
I was
somebody,
just trying
somebody,
to,
the
I was
girl
just trying to
getting
do
her pussy
a
in the
nice
first scene.
little
Yeah,
segue.
oh,
you know?
yeah.
Literally, the
There's no
first scene
titties.
they were getting them heads.
Oh, but
I didn't even
wait,
think
at the
about
end,
it.
like when the daughter walks in, she was naked. When she turned
She
around,
was naked, but she had
No,
herself
okay, that's what I
covered.
thought. I was
Yeah.
like, I would have remember seeing Allison's.
This episode was pretty tame.
It was not
Compared
tame.
to what they.
What happened at the end? Are you nuts?
What happened at the end?
Well,
They killed
A
the
little
kid.
ass chick
Got
got
his
his
head
head
I'm
chopped
talking-
off.
I'm talking about the
you heard
sexuality.
effects, like,
Yeah, the
Who
kid was
got-
like, and it was,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That is not tame
right.
at all.
yeah, those effects were.
Matter of fact, when I was watching the episode and I saw that big dude with the little guy that they're calling Cheese or something, I forgot what their names are. But I saw it and I was already, oh, something bad is about to happen.
yeah, I knew it. Especially at the part where he told them, "What if I can't find them?" And they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't show what he answered. I was like, "Oh, this guy Damon told him to do some crazy shit." Because
Yeah,
Damon's
'cause-
crazy. He don't
yeah,
care.
basically because they knew how this nigga looks. He has that fucked up eye,
Of course.
and he's older.
No,
There's not
and they
no
know
baby.
who the other person is too. He asked for either Amon
Abraham.
or Aegon.
His
Or
mom-
Argon.
sons or her grandsons. is
Exactly.
what-
But they brought the nigga's great grandkid out and killed him. Like that little kid had nothing to do with that.
His mom knew too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like the mom, that part was kind of crazy because I feel like the mom did it on purpose to hurt the dad.
Yeah,
I feel
so
like
too.
she purposely gave up the boy and not the girl.
She's a little out there too. But what do you guys think about the first episode?
It was dope. It was dope. I like the way it ended. I like the way they brought in a lot of. It was a little slow, but at the end of the day, it was like I feel like it's
good.
gonna be a lot of action from here on
Yeah, I
out.
feel like
I think
a
they
lot
were
is
just
coming
setting
for
it-
sure. Yeah,
A lot of action, and you know what?
a lot
I
of dead
think-
people.
Exactly.
I want to see the king's reaction when he finds out.
Hmm.
Because that little boy looked like was
The love of
real
his
close
life.
with
It's
him.
the
I
Pop-up
googled
show?
him. Trust me.
The pop-up show.
You watched it?
I was
Pop-up?
playing. I didn't know about it, and I was playing Call of Duty. By the time it was up, I'm gonna be real. The only person I would have been like okay to watch on stage was Kendrick. Everybody else on stage,
Oh, the
was,
pop-up?
I don't know them.
Yeah, everything else.
You know who?
No,
you
there
know
was
you
some-
listen to YG like that? I don't
No, but
listen.
that's the thing.
You know who
The
West
thing
Side
is-
Boogie is? I don't even know
But
who
you're
West
missing
Side
the
Boogie
point.
is.
It was an LA thing. So he
I'm
brought
not from LA.
But that's the thing. Exactly. It's not for us really. It's
Yeah.
for LA.
brought the
But he
Bloods and the
brought
Crips.
most of the LA people that are popping into stage. At first with DJ Head. Then DJ Mustard brought niggas that were a little more popular, Roddy Ricch, YG. And YG has some bangers, nigga. And he
I didn't
was
say he doesn't
and
have
he was
bangers.
and
I
he was
said
performing
I don't listen to
real
him
well
like that.
too. No, me neither. I don't listen to him like that.
Like
either,
Roddy
but-
Ricch, I only
but,
know one
nigga,
song
when
of his.
when Bitch Who Do You Love comes out, I'm like,
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch is
the fuck am I gonna do with the box, nigga? Exactly. So there's that. Then Roddy Ricch, that 310 baby, the left, right, left. That shit hard. And then of course then Kendrick came out with all the bullshit with the Euphoria right away, telling
That was
everybody I
crazy.
came here to diss Drake.
But
Basically.
I feel like I don't know. I mean, unpopular opinion. I feel like
He smiled
he only brought
and
them out.
academics, just so y'all know.
Wow. It's because I feel like he brought it. He only did that to like, you know, like why didn't you do that before? You've had 10 years in the game plus. You ain't never cared about the West like that to bring people together. No, but now that you got beef and
You
you
can tell
want
he
it to
don't
be
listen to Kendrick.
and you want it to be a West, when has he ever brought all the West Coast together? When has he ever even talked about doing that? Never.
Okay.
What
But
concert has he done that? He's
What
done this
does why
before?
does that matter?
It matters because the only reason I feel like he's doing it for hype. He's doing it to get the whole West on his back so he can be like, it's West against Canada.
I think he's
When
already
it really
had
was
him.
never that. But it was never that. It was a Drake against Kendrick thing, and they've turned it into a Canada versus the West Coast thing.
Nah, but
When he got on stage, what did he tell the crowd? Y'all gonna let him disrespect the West? He didn't disrespect the West. He disrespected you. You are not the
Nah,
West.
he also
Well, they're talking about the
disrespected the
Tupac
West
and
with
Snoop thing.
Tupac
That
and
was a
Snoop.
disrespect. That was disrespect.
How?
Nigga. The moment that track came out, I was like, that
He-
shit is
that's-
weird as
that's-
fuck.
yeah,
that
I
you
thought
use
so too.
Tupac's voice to diss Kendrick on shit. Like everybody thought it
That-
was weird.
that was-
and what
Everybody-
happened?
not
Even
everybody
Drake,
thought it was
even
a-
Drake
that was
took
weird.
that shit off because he knew I fucked
He
up
didn't
with
take
that
it
one.
off. They got sued.
Bro, that shit got.
He didn't take it off.
Exactly. He had to remove it because
He had to
Tupac's
remove
people
it.
were like, yo,
That's
get that
wrong,
shit out of
bro.
here,
That's
nigga.
wrong.
Same thing.
And
They
the
were like,
only reason-
you
Taking
used
your homie-
first, you used it with no permission.
I mean, you're
And then you talking shit about somebody that's always been talking about Tupac being his idol and the one that he always looked up to because of rap. Come on, bro. It was weird.
and
it was
to me,
weird.
it actually didn't
No,
sound that much like
man,
Tupac.
It was genius.
It's
Like
not
it was
only
the
that.
voice without
It's not-
the real
I'm
flow.
against AI in music. That's another thing. I don't fuck with that shit at all. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
But point of being is, I feel like the only reason he's doing this whole unity shit is because he wants to solidify that everybody in the West is on his side, especially after Drake started talking about, oh, the real banger is YG, the real banger is Chuck D.
exactly. And the YG came out like, they're
Yeah.
not like us. They're not like us.
Yeah, because YG's a little hoe. I'm gonna be real.
I don't know.
You a hoe, nigga. If you never had problems with this nigga and you were always cool with him and you waited for Kendrick to say something for you to come, you a hoe.
Let's not change
You
the
a hoe.
narrative. The concert was fucking amazing.
I don't think it was that
Euphoria was great. Every other song that this nigga Kendrick did, fucking amazing. The fact that he did Not Like Us 6 fucking times, fucking
That's amazing. You did the same song
That
6
shit
times at
was
the concert?
amazing,
How was that
nigga.
amazing?
Didn't Drake do
Amazing,
that
and the
one
fact
time?
that
But not
people
6
sang it every time he
Look, you
dropped
go
it
to a
was
concert
amazing.
And they play the same song 6 times. You're gonna be like, yo, nigga, change this shit
If
already.
that shit's a
No, but
banger, nah.
this is different.
It was
It
a
was a
point.
collective.
There
You
was
know
a
what I
point
felt like?
to it.
You know what I felt like? All it proved was is the amount of hate that this nigga has that they have for this nigga. The only
Yeah,
reason they
because
were there
they-
is because they finally found somebody to rally behind for the hate Drake.
100%
is
because I'm
dropping-
not
That's all it
singing
is.
the 6
That's all it
songs
is.
6
For
times.
Kendrick
example,
is dropping a
half
book
the people
called
that were
Learn
there-
How to Really Hate.
Half the people that were
And
there
I'ma buy it.
were Nigga, last year, we're jamming out to Certified Lover Boy. We're in all his concerts.
I don't know about jamming out to Certified Lover Boy.
Nigga, whatever. They were jamming out to all
Tell
his
me your
shit.
favorite song for Certified Lover Boy.
I can't think right now. You put me on
Because
the spot.
there isn't any real good
I
songs
love
for them,
all
my
them
nigga.
shits, nigga.
I haven't heard.
I love all them shits, cuz.
Tell me a good song for Take Care.
From what Take Care?
From Take Care.
I don't know. I like all that shit.
All
I
right,
can't remember songs
but
right
you
now.
could
But
actually
the
tell
point
me a
is-
song from Take Care.
The point
before
is,
you could tell me one from
the
Certified
point is,
Lover Boy.
last
That's
year
what I'm
everybody
telling you.
was loving
Matter of
Drake.
fact, you could probably
Can you
even
agree
not
to
even
that?
tell me a song.
Can you agree
from,
to that?
for all the
Last
dogs.
year, everybody was loving Drake, including
Everybody still loves Drake.
No.
Yes,
no,
they do,
no,
nigga.
no,
They're
no.
still
Stop
playing
that,
this
stop that.
nigga on the
It's
club.
become a new
They're
normal
playing
to
still.
hate
They
him.
play
And
him in the
everybody's riding
radio.
that bandwagon.
That nigga gets played everywhere still. He gets
he don't.
streams. Nigga, you see this shit constantly coming out that he has the top streams in Spotify and all
don't.
this shit. He is being
don't.
heard,
Kendrick
nigga.
has now.
Fuck out of here with that shit. That's what that's what
right
Kendrick
now.
haters are saying. That Drake is not
Kendrick
being
haters.
loved, nigga. Drake is still getting listeners,
From
nigga.
where?
From
Everybody's
what you
hating on him
talking
right
about?
now.
Bro,
The
not
only
everybody
racist he's
hates
getting
Drake,
is around
nigga.
the world, not in
everybody
America right
hates
now.
Drake,
In
nigga.
America right now, he's the most
Not
hated.
everybody hates
Nah,
Drake.
but
the most
nobody
hated
says
in
that his
America.
music is not good though. Nobody has said that. At least I haven't heard
Kendrick
anyone
said
say.
that.
When J. Cole and Drake did the
They didn't
first
mention him
person
in a negative
shooter,
way.
and the fact
They
that
didn't
we
mention him in
know,
a negative
because you
way.
just want to ignore that, the fact that we know that Drake was trying to even put Kendrick in it. Kendrick like, bro, we don't
J.
even
Cole
fuck
was
with each
trying to
other.
put him in it.
Bro, okay.
J. Cole was trying to put him in
Okay,
it.
sure.
And that whole shit, and the one person that mentioned him was J. Cole, and he didn't say nothing negative.
Sure.
He said, we are the big three. He came on and said, fuck y'all niggas, I'm number one. The nigga's a hater, cuz the niggas gave you props. And on top of that, the nigga who gave you props was supposed to be your boy, J. Cole.
If I don't
Y'all niggas
fuck
were
with
like
you,
this,
don't
right?
talk about me
Y'all
in
niggas
a
were-
song.
But Drake
Don't send
did it.
props to
J.
me.
Cole did.
Okay,
Your
but you're
boy
in a
did.
song with Drake, nigga. I'm just like
So
50 Cent.
what?
Don't mention me in a fucking song with a nigga I don't fuck with.
You
That's
just
it.
biased
That's all
because
it
you
is.
love that nigga.
Don't
That's
do-
all it is.
it's
You're
just
being
the
biased.
truth. It's the truth.
The
You-
truth is
bro,
that he's a hater.
bro,
It was his
so you
album, though.
telling
He
me-
can
so you
decide
telling
what
me
goes
now
and what
He's a
doesn't.
hater.
Bro,
But
is
that's
that is that if I'm in a song with some nigga that's your like an enemy of yours,
But it's not an
I'm
enemy.
already looking back to you. I'm already looking back
But
to you.
how is it
Unless
an
you tell me
enemy?
no, that you're on some other shit. But the fact that if you go do a song with some nigga I don't fuck with and you mention me in the song, I'm gonna take that shit sometimes.
Wouldn't be surprised if behind closed doors, them niggas are actually still friends. If behind closed Kendrick and Drake, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Nah, bro.
Honestly.
Calling me a pedophile?
I
and
would
we're
not be
friends
surprised because all of this is for show. All of this is for
Nah,
show.
you can't call me a pedophile. And we're
Tupac
friends
and Biggie
behind.
were best friends, and then this nigga's like, "Yo, I fucked your bitch. You ain't a gang."
Yeah, but that shit is after
That
Tupac
was-
got blamed Biggie for him getting shot. Let's not forget
But I
about
feel
that.
like they're still friends, my nigga.
But let's not forget
it's
about
not,
that.
It has
Tupac thought
nothing
Biggie
that
got him
serious
shot.
has really happened there. Besides him calling him
that's
a
why that shit
pedophile,
was so serious.
Him calling him
there were shots.
But I'm saying between these niggas, nothing so serious has happened besides
I
that.
know, but
when he
well,
beefed with
but you
Meek,
just brought
look,
Biggie
when
and
he
Tupac.
beefed with Meek, they said hella shit. Meek said he even got pissed on, all types of shit. And then they went and they dropped a song together.
Well, that's Meek that was thirsty there for sure. That was
I feel
Meek
like
thirsty.
I feel like these niggas trick us, bro. It's entertainment. And
We'll
this
see.
behind closed doors, them niggas are
We'll
laughing
see.
about
I
that
mean,
shit.
some people were talking about that Drake would have popped out at the concert. Can you imagine? They would have been like, "Yeah, it was all bullshit, guys. We were just acting."
That would have been funny.
Yeah, but let me ask you this.
Yeah, so we can.
Okay, you're a rapper. You've rapped.
Yeah.
So let's say your homeboy introduced you, and you got fans because of him, but then you end up, if it's true, you end up finding out that he's a pedophile and all that. Are you gonna keep the same relationship with him after that, or are you gonna?
I'm gonna be
Distance
real with
yourself.
you. Half of Hollywood are pedophiles, if not all of them. So if
Okay,
you're gonna
so
keep
that
that
doesn't
energy
make
with
any-
him, keep that energy with everybody. And
Yes,
the
that's
truth.
true.
But that's if
That's
you
the
know
truth.
something.
But
Like if
what
I
does
know
he
something,
know?
if I know someone's a pedophile.
And if he knew this, right? And he was and it hurt his heart so much, why don't you let the people know?
I don't think he's a pedophile.
Why
really.
would
I
you
think
let-
he's
I
just,
don't
you
think
know,
he is either.
has
That's
some
what I'm
questionable
saying.
history.
If there's
of course.
something deeper there, why not let the people know? Why leave the mystique and the
I think
mystery?
he just has questionable history, but not.
It's
that
just so
he's-
weird that he didn't like really address that. And then he came with some weird.
Well, the fact that he
stuff in the
mentioned Millie
song.
Bobby was weird.
That was
because
weird.
Nobody mentioned her,
But
They do
it could still
they
be.
mention her in his comments all the time.
but not
People
Kendrick
joke
Yeah,
didn't.
they
all the
don't.
time.
Kendrick didn't
I
mention her.
think,
They
I
mentioned
Kendrick
think
her.
that was a little questionable.
Kendrick didn't mention her.
Right?
Yeah,
And
that-
neither
I
did,
wouldn't
and neither
have
did
done
Rick
that.
Ross
That's
nor
weird.
Future. Nobody mentioned her but him. For some reason, he decided to bring that in. I don't know why the fuck he did that.
Because
That's
that
weird.
was
How
the
old
most-
was she when they
He
went
shot
out?
himself
Because
in the
that was
foot.
the most questionable
14.
relationship he had
And how
because
old
they
is
were
he again?
But you
friends.
shouldn't have mentioned her name.
And that girl on
if
stage
the rapper
too.
I get
himself
you.
didn't
I get
mention
you.
it, you shouldn't have said nothing about it. Bro, is that honestly that Harsh Part 6 song could have been good if he would have remove some of the things he did in the song. It's just really what it is. Like that Millie Bobby Brown shit, that was stupid. The talking about I'm too rich to
Too
do
rich?
this, that's stupid because most rich niggas are the ones that are doing that shit. Look
And
at
they get
Diddy right now.
caught. He said I'm too famous, not
Weinstein-
rich. He said I'm too famous
Too
to be
famous.
doing that.
Still,
Yeah,
nigga, I still think you'll
You'll
still
get
think that was
caught
a questionable
eventually, dog.
line.
You'll get caught eventually.
It was a
fam.
questionable line, bro.
There's everybody who's done some crazy shit famous, they get caught eventually. So I feel like that's why he said that. I've been doing this for 15 years and I've been #1 for 15 years. If I was doing some crazy shit like that, one of my haters would have been exposed it. And I feel like that's a fact.
I mean, that's what they started doing with
I
Michael
feel like-
Jackson.
exactly.
Not necessarily,
But Michael
but-
Jackson was not a pedophile.
But that's
Did
what
you
I'm
know?
saying. But
Did
that's
you
what
know?
I'm saying. He
Did you
had-
know that-
Arguably.
and they changed the
Listen,
narrative.
Arguably.
And it's public record.
I mean,
did
there
you know
is-
the first
but
time?
the thing is, there's guys out there saying that they were.
No, all of
A
the
lot
kids.
of them.
Listen,
Exactly.
all of
There's
the
a lot
kids.
You
of
cannot question so
the
many
kids
people.
said that they got paid. Most of those kids that went up said,
Oh, no, I'll have to
even
look at
Carly
that.
McClarkin,
I'll
that
have to
was
look
one
at
of them
that.
that
Some
his
kids.
parents. Most of them all said it.
No, I think I saw like 2 kids that said that.
Hey, 2 is enough for me to be like, yo. If
Out
these-
of all of the ones, absolutely.
Nah,
not.
if it's like 20 kids and 2 say they got paid, I don't know. I don't know.
I've seen
I
a few
think it's funny.
documentaries
It's-
about
no,
Michael
I will
Jackson, and
believe
let me
it.
tell you, I think
If
he was
5
guilty.
kids come out accusing you of that shit, I'm already gonna be like, you.
But
you
look,
did some
I
shit.
think it's funny
You did
how
some shit.
if you realize,
Yeah.
look up the record. When was the first time Epstein got brought up on being a pedophile? It was right before Michael Jackson's
But it's-
shit came up, and
Oh,
it was
all right,
and listen,
Epstein,
and
not
listen, it was
Weinstein.
right before, and it was right before Michael Jackson went on an interview saying that he wanted to buy the rights to Marvel.
Yeah, you mentioned
buy
that
the
to me.
rights to Sony, and he wanted to make theme parks. He wanted to make movies, and he wanted to make
that's
billions
a
of dollars
conspiracy.
out of it.
But how
Yeah, It's not
long?
a conspiracy. It's
It
there.
is.
He said this a month later. He's a pedophile. He loses it. Disney buys it, and what is Disney now? Made billions of dollars
Oh,
off
but
of
Disney
all of
was
the shit
already
off of
making
his
mad
idea.
money even back
But
then.
not
Yes,
for
they
those
were.
ideas. Not for those ideas, fam. You got to look at what's there. This nigga said, yo, he got on an interview and said, yo, I'm going to buy the rights to all of this, and I'm going to put all of this out, and I'm going to make billions of dollars. Disney's like, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's stop this nigga from doing it. How can we stop him from doing it? Yo, he's a pedophile. Everybody backs out of the deal.
Okay, but
now
the
Disney
stuff
gets
that they
it.
discovered still makes it seem like he's a pedophile. I'm not saying that what you're saying is
What did
wrong,
they discover?
but it doesn't feel to me like
You've never seen cases where cops plant shit? Because what they discovered was
So
out
is
of
that what
nowhere,
happened here?
An FBI search of his house, and they found a room full of weird shit. Damn, nigga.
yes.
I mean, it feels weird to me that coincidentally they're the only ones that found that. Nobody else in his camp
No.
spoke up. Nobody else. So what? Everybody around them was putting up with him fucking kids.
Didn't everybody put up with R. Kelly fucking doing some crazy ass shit?
'Cause
People will put
everybody
up
around them was
for
doing it.
money. People will do it.
Everybody
for
look,
money.
The
People
R.
will
Kelly
do it.
situation. Look, nobody talks about Jay-Z. Jay-Z was fucking Foxy Brown when she was 16.
I mean,
And
50,
then
50
look-
talks about Jay-Z.
Yeah, Jay-Z was fucking
50
Foxy
post,
Brown when she was
50
15.
be posting
They don't
Jay-Z and
talk
talking
about
about
it.
this
Jay-Z
nigga's
was fucking
hiding
Aaliyah too,
to
and
that
Aaliyah
Diddy
was
shit
16,
go away.
17.
He been saying
They
that.
were grown ass
But
men.
I'm not saying that. But
So you
okay,
see, being too
everything you're
famous
saying is
doesn't
true. That
protect you
doesn't
at the
mean
end,
that
is what we're saying.
what they're doing is pedophilia.
No, it does not.
Being
Exactly,
too famous
being
still
too famous
counts.
is what's showing that shit
Look at
about
Diddy,
Drake.
too.
It's what's happening. Because
Diddy-
of being so famous, all
No,
these...
I think more people would have come out about the Drake thing.
No, but what I'm
I don't
saying
think
is
that
because
was
of you being
real.
so famous is that these clips come out now
Yeah,
about
but-
all
The
this
Millie
little
Bobby
bullshit.
thing.
How long
Oh,
did that
that
Diddy
shit.
thing happen
That
with
to me
his
is
No,
girl?
and then the girl that... And,
weird.
the
And
girl,
just
That
now,
was
no,
weird.
there's also the girl
him
that
beating his girl.
He met a girl at 16. He rented the whole restaurant for her when she was 18, and they were supposedly boyfriend and girlfriend afterwards at that time. So it's also
And how old was he at that time?
probably 27, 28.
At the end, I don't care. Drake,
Alright.
Kendrick, whatever.
But
Do
anyway,
your thing.
Yeah, I don't care.
Um,
But the pedophilia thing is.
yeah,
That's what has me questioning.
that's
things. Like,
a different story, right?
I like Drake's music, but now I'm like,
I
don't know.
Shit, I love Drake's music. Matter of fact, I even love that last album. Well,
yeah, I had
let
the-
me
his
not say
last
I love
album
the
on
last album.
repeat.
I like the last album because there's a lot of songs that I really hate on that album.
I like.
I
it.
love the
Public
second
size.
version of it when he added the rap.
Oh, the six.
You know
the,
what?
the scary
when
hour.
he
That's the
added
best
that,
part.
when he made it the
actually like
scary
the original
hours,
better.
it made the album perfect.
No, I
The
like
one
the scary
before, I
hours
wasn't too much of
a song so much.
because it had too many different songs that
Is
were
it
like
that sexy
singing.
red one? The Sizzle
I like
one,
that one.
I didn't like it. Didn't
You didn't
like
like
that
the
one.
Sizzle one?
Don't like Virginia Beach.
Damn,
I don't
Sizzle-
like.
What?
I like
Bro, there's
Virginia
a
Beach. You
bunch
see,
of
Pretty
songs
Ghetto,
on that
Pretty
album that
Just
are
like
trash.
Virginia Beach.
And
Wow.
that's just a fact.
I
So-
didn't feel that
like
way.
the
That's just,
Sizzle
that's
one?
just it. No, I didn't like
That
it.
nigga snapped on that. You
I don't like the
wild,
Sizzle
nigga.
one. I like the sexy red one. The Bad Bunny one is all right. It gets boring.
The
after a
Bad
while.
Bunny one
Yeah.
was fire. Bad Bunny
Bro,
dropped a fire
That
track
was
on
just
that.
a hunt,
Oh,
nigga.
yeah.
Bro,
That's
why
a
did you
hunt,
have that
nigga.
on repeat?
What the
That's a
fuck?
hunt, nigga.
Why you have
What's
that
up?
on repeat if you didn't like?
Well, I was skipping
So many
those.
songs.
I was skipping those. I listened to the ones I liked and skipped those. Can I tell you?
Listen, the Bad Bunny one is raw. That shit
I don't like
hard
it.
body.
I don't like it that much.
That nigga Bad funny.
It's cool.
Hey, he
It's
snapped
I
on
like
that.
I like the whole
It's
album.
better if it was 2 separate songs for himself.
You know what was the
No
the
Bad
one
Bunny.
annoying part about that album is when that girl comes out talking about
That whole
the-
song has to get skipped just because of that shit. The one with
Yeah.
21 Savage.
But that song is so
Because
good. But
this
that
nigga
one
song
part,
is good.
This nigga put his part, which was good, and then put like a whole minute of a bitch talking nonsense
It was
for you
30
to have to
seconds.
wait for
But she
21
wasn't
Savage.
talking nonsense.
30 seconds might as well be 3 minutes.
It wasn't nonsense.
It's
It was a
bullshit, nigga.
try.
it was
It's
about
She
whatever,
was talking.
nigga.
It was about this nigga.
Oxtail again?
That was
Can we
Booker's-
try something different?
That was Booker's girl. This nigga that was
I
talking
don't
shit
care.
about
Why
them.
you put that in the middle of a fucking song
To
before
show-
the
to let
fucking
niggas
verse?
know that he
How
fucked your
about
girl?
21 raps and then you could put at the end and then I could skip the song after that?
Yeah, it's creative process. Nigga.
It's
What you want me to
stupid. It
tell
was a
you?
stupid
And
creative
nigga
process.
fu- And the song was
I
good.
didn't
yeah,
like
that was